desperately in love.
Hello everyone, today I'm playing Roblox.
Realized how incredibly handsome you are. Then this happens.
This is my first time. Filming Roblox video. And today I have like 21 friends. And legitimately, one of my friends is playing Power Floors, so let's go play with him. So let's go join. This is made by Roblox.
Coming into number 2, we are finding out that Lotso is not such a nice bear in Toy Story 3. We meet Lotso the bear, which stands for Lotso Hugs, by the way. We meet him at the daycare centre as the Toy Story crew are donated. At first, we see him as good, well-meaning and friendly. He's a pink fluffy bear after all. As the gang say, what a nice bear. And he smells like strawberries. Sadly and scarily, Lotso is revealed to be not so nice after all. He runs the daycare with a strict utilitarianism, a bit like a toy Hitler, and he imprisons some of the gang. I was just about an adult when Toy Story 3 came out, but he still honestly terrified me, as did the evil baby. I know we do find out his backstory later, and like a lot of nasty people out there, he does have a sad story, which for a while makes us feel a bit sorry for him. But
Mr. Pirate, nope, I don't want to talk to this fucking stupid pirate.
In the incinerator, which
Hello, mister. I don't want to talk to you, but I am shy, so I don't want to talk to you.
I wonder if we'll be seeing Lotso making an appearance in Toy Story 4,
I want to wait for the striker. I want to get 200 money.
This was a scariest for me as a kid. Finally coming into number 1, we have Maleficent turning into a dragon in Sleeping Beauty. Can we just talk about when Maleficent straight up turns into a dragon and breathes crazy electrical fire? She's trying to kill the prince coming to rescue Sleeping Beauty, and she'll have no fury like Maleficent scorned. I know she had like a horn crown cow thing, but honestly, I didn't realise she was a dragon. I was truly terrified. At first it seemed like she was a regular sort of like evil queen or witch or sorceress, but no, she is straight up metamorphosizes into a huge winged snappy beast. 5-year-old me was terrified. Honestly, I think Prince Philip's face says it all. No,
get out of there, you bitch. Enemies aren't your nemesis, and I
Before I go, I shall read some comments from one of my most recent videos on the Top 10 channel. Top 10 scary Egyptian urban legends. Jasmine Grimm said, can't really blame King Toot. I wouldn't want my grave dug up and my body in a museum either. Ahmed Shok said, I love this channel, and that's why I joined as a sponsor.
Get out of here.
A lot of you guys
hey bitches, get out of here. Come on, this is free cities only. Come on.
Thank you so much for your concern. I was having like a really bad day.
I just got
It's really easy for me to sit here and pretend to you that people on screens don't have terrible days, but we do, just like you. And honestly, I couldn't do much about it, so I just pushed through. And if you guys are also going through a hard time,
Starfish! No!
And we're going to stick together. So thank you.
Oh my gosh, he has a little bit of he's a bitch. Bitches. Bitch. Dead. Good. Knife for. Okay, we got 2 fast. Okay. Here we go, bitch. Yeah. Look at this. This is so cool.
It was quite a while ago, wasn't it? I took a look at that video the other day and saw that so many of you liked it. It's still getting comments and likes to this day. That tells me we're not done here. That tells me we should go and look at some more. Somehow, I found even better ones than before. Continue at your peril. My name is Danny Burke, and this is the Top 10 Scary Night Shift Stories, Part 2. Starting off number 10 now, we have the Slammer. This one comes from a Reddit user who said he used to work as a security guard in an old jail. There were abandoned jail cells in the basements below that hadn't been used in years. Part of his duties involved patrolling for potential squatters. Now one night, it was only his second time patrolling alone and things started getting weird. He went down to the old prison cells, a long and narrow hallway lined by cells on both sides. The hallway was always lit by light bulbs hanging down from the ceiling. He was walking past the 4th column of cells when suddenly the lights just went out. He turned his flashlight on and walked back towards the light switch. Just as he was about to turn them back on, the lights flickered on again. He decided to get out of there. He walked quickly past the cells, glancing at them to check. About halfway down, the lights went off again, and instantly he heard 2 cell doors just slam in the darkness. He ran with his flashlight on straight towards the other end of the hallway, reached the end, and ran up to his workstation. He then called his supervisor and asked him if there were any electrical issues that had been reported. He said no. He stayed inside his workstation, terrified of what was lurking below him in the abandoned jail cells. Moving on to number 9 now, we have the body. This one comes from Reddit user Yaxax. He said that his very first job was running a cloakroom in a nightclub. Over the road, there was a multi-story car park. One night, around 1 a.m., he found himself zoning out and just staring at the car park when he noticed a body fall from the top and then plunge below his vision. He jolted up and ran outside the balcony to look over, but there wasn't a body on the floor. He was very freaked out. They thought it must have just been his imagination. However, it kept happening. At least once a week, always around 1 a.m., he would see a body fall limply from the top of the car park and disappear without a trace. It happened so much that he could remember what the body looked like, what they were wearing, everything. Whenever he mentioned this to the other staff, though, they said they'd never heard anything about it or seen anything at all. He watched the CCTV, but the cameras couldn't see anything. He looked up information to see if anyone had died there, but found nothing. The unknown falling body remains an unsolved mystery. Next up, number 8 now, we have the transporter. This one comes from a Reddit user who said he used to work as a transporter in a hospital. Now, during his time there, they were moving from their old, creepy hospital into a brand new facility. The old building was being gradually shut down bit by bit. The east wing had already been closed. One night, he was getting a patient from the west wing. He saw a small group of nurses who used to work in the east wing. They looked very shaken. When he checked on them, they said they had just been to the east wing to give it one last look over for old time's sake. When they were there, though, one of the phones started ringing. A nurse answered it. She said there was a woman's voice on the other end that sounded confused. She said, "How can I help you?" asked the nurse. "Where am I?" came the reply. "This is a hospital. Are you a patient here?" replied the nurse. "Oh, okay," came the reply again. The phone line then went dead. The nurse looked at the screen on the phone to see where the call had come from. It had come from the room right next to the nurse's station they were at. By this point, the rooms had all been cleared out, including the phones. They looked into the rooms. Nobody was there. They looked at each other in absolute horror and then ran for the elevator. They had gone there for old time's sake, but now they were very eager to get out of there forever. At number 7 now, we have the Angels. This one comes from Reddit user DKM2004. He said that just after he graduated high school, he started working at a truck stop a few miles outside of his town. He usually worked evenings, but had to take a night shift one night. At 3 a.m., he was struggling to stay awake when a car slowly pulled up into the parking lot. There was a guy in the driver's seat who was crying his eyes out, and a woman in a passenger seat just staring straight ahead, blankly, not moving, showing no emotion at all. He sat there like that for an hour. Then the guy got out of his car and entered the truck stop. He grabbed a few random items and put them on the counter. The whole time he kept looking around him as if he was checking for other people. There was nobody there though but the two of them. He then stopped looking around and stared right into the cashier's eyes. The tears stopped flowing for a moment. In a low voice, he said, "It's quiet out here, isn't it? So quiet you can almost hear the angels singing." He then left the store and got into the car. The girl had still not moved an inch. What do you guys make of that one? Moving on to number 6 now, we have the president's chair. This one comes from Reddit user Gert Graves, who worked as a security officer at a small company's headquarters in New York. Now, he was working from himself one night from midnight to 6 a.m. Little did he know that one of the employees had actually stayed in the building after hours. The employee hadn't been spotted before everyone left, so he didn't know there was someone there. He noticed a movement on one of the screens, and then again a few minutes later. Perhaps he was imagining things. He headed out to do a quick sweep. He entered a large hallway and saw a flash of movement at the end. Now he was freaked out. He stood frozen for a minute, looking out into the darkness. Then he heard a single loud gunshot echo out from down the hallway. He walked down to investigate, and when he reached the end, he saw the light in the president's office was still on. He slowly approached the door and creaked it open. What he saw has haunted him ever since. The man had taken a seat in the president's chair and shot himself in the head with a pistol, splashing blood and brains all over the floor and walls. It turned out he was having problems at home and hated his boss as well, so he decided to just end his life in his office. The security guard threw up a few times and then called the police. He said he still has nightmares to this day. At number 5 now, we have the kids. This one comes from Reddit user WorkNerd7623. She said she works at a crisis nursery, which is a facility for emergency care for children under the age of 7. She used to work the night shift there. A nursery was named after a child that was beaten to death by one of their parents in the hope that it would prevent other children from being abused by adults. The nursery was also said to be haunted, as she had always been told the stories of a kid's spirit that was seen running around at night. It didn't really bother her though, she didn't really believe it. One night though, a kid got up to go to the bathroom. One of her co-workers helped the kid back to bed and returned to the room they were all sitting in. Soon after, someone heard the water running in the bathroom. They checked and found that it was on. The co-worker swore that it was off when she left. That was weird, they thought. Her co-workers told her that one of the reasons that everyone thinks the nursery is haunted is that many people have reported different children asking about that kid. The children always say things like, "Why doesn't that kid have to go to bed?" while they point at absolutely nothing. A few weeks later, she was watching over the kids as they slept. She was reading her book when all of a sudden, one of the youngest kids sat bolt upright in bed and simply said, "Hey, how come they aren't asleep? Why do they get to play? I want to play too." They continued to point at a wall. Nothing was there. She was instantly hit by shivers. She felt so scared, she almost screamed. Ever since that night, she has refused to be in that room alone. Moving on to the 4 now, we have the accident. This one comes from Reddit user Rod07. She said she used to work the night shift at a hotel front desk. She had seen everything. Drunk, angry people, the mentally unstable. She thought that she was prepared for any sight or scene. One night, the hotel was hosting a college baseball team. The team came back around 11 and went up to their rooms and straight to bed. No big deal, she thought. Then, around 1 a.m., the coaches came back. They were very drunk. They went up to their rooms and that was the last she heard for about an hour. While she was setting up for breakfast, she heard the elevator ding at around 2 or 3 a.m. Out of the elevator burst one of the coaches, running straight out the front door. After a moment, he runs back inside, shouting, "He fell, he fell." She ran outside, already dying for the police, and saw one of the coaches lying on the ground. He was face down in a huge puddle of blood. In a daze, she put him in a rescue position so that he wouldn't choke on his own blood. The paramedics got there, and as they were loading him up, one of them wiped his head to reveal a split that was so wide and so deep she actually saw his brain. He was taken to hospital and lived. She got a raise from her boss the very next day, but the sight has never quite left her. Next up at number 3 now, we have the old woman. This one came from Reddit user Expected. He said that he worked at a hospital overnight. One patient claimed to be Jesus. He clawed his eyes right out and ate them before being restrained. Those were the kind of patients that he would have to deal with. Many employees claimed the hospital was haunted. He didn't believe them until he saw a few things happen. The 4th floor was always closed. It used to be a baby ward though. One night he heard an actual baby crying coming from up there. He called security but they found no baby. Another night he was cleaning 2 rooms after some patients had left. The rooms were connected and there was one exit. He cleaned the first room, left for 10 minutes, got his supplies and went back to the other when he saw a little old lady in a chair hunched over. He stared at her for a few seconds, thinking that it was strange that they had put a patient in there so quickly. 2 nurses asked if he was the one who had been sitting in the chair. They got scared when he said that no, it wasn't him, it was an old lady. He had seen her too. When he went back to check, the room was empty. She had disappeared. He definitely would have seen her if she walked out and past him. Nobody on that floor fit the description of her, except for the old lady who had died in that room just 4 hours before his shift started. Next up at number 2 now, we have The Hill. This one comes from Reddit user Dirty Money. He said he used to work as a night watchman on a large property. It wasn't a big building, but the land around it was. About 50 acres and very secluded. He was always alone. There was also a long gated driveway. One night, he started his round by walking out of the front door. The area was lit up. As soon as he locked the door behind him and took a step, he heard a woman's voice scream, "Oh my God, somebody please help me," at the end of the driveway. It was quite faint and he took 5 running steps into the driveway, skidded to a stop and then they ran back inside to call the police. It came with multiple police cars and even a helicopter, but they found absolutely nothing. To this day, he thinks it was people out in the woods who were trying to lure him out of his secluded house and rob him or the house or do something even worse to him. And finally now, at number 1, we have the ghost ship. This one comes from Reddit user Inquisitive About You. He said that he used to be a ship officer on a container ship many years ago, sailing out into the Indian Ocean. On one night shift, an object showed up on the radar on a collision course with their ship. It was a clear night on a calm sea and an almost full moon. They looked out to get a visual confirmation, but saw nothing. After waiting for almost an hour, the radar indicated the mystery ship was still on a collision course with them. The captain was called. He and the other seasoned officers just couldn't figure out what was going on. To be better safe than sorry, the captain decided to perform.
Okay, this is my ship.
The other ship seemed to change course together with them and was now back on a collision course. Both of their radars showed the ship. It even had its own name and call sign. When the ship got closer, it became very clear there was nothing above the water. Though it was probably a radar malfunction, the captain ordered his crew to raid the lifeboats and prepare to deploy on impact. The dot on the radar collided with them and then disappeared. Nothing happened. In the next harbour, the radars were checked thoroughly by experts who said that they were fine. Whatever showed up on the radar should have been there in real life. Now, what do you guys think the explanation is for that? Alright guys, how was that? I hope you're not watching this alone and at night. I especially hope you're not watching this while working an actual night shift. Let me know if you want more though. There are honestly so many good ones out there. Thanks for watching as always guys. My name is Danny Berg and I'll see you all in the next video.
Okay, let's go put some armor. So this is just the beta of the game, guys. Yeah.
Scary night shift stories. You guys remember when I did that one? It was quite a while ago, wasn't it? I took a look at that video the other day and saw that so many of you liked it. It's still getting comments and likes to this day. That tells me we're not done here. That tells me we should go and look at some more. Somehow, I found even better ones than before. Continue at your peril. My name is Danny Berg, and this is the top 10 scary night shift stories, part 2. Starting at number 10 now, we have the Slammer. This one comes from a Reddit user who said he used to work as a security guard
get back!
jail. There were abandoned jail cells in the basements below that hadn't been used in years. Part of his duties involved patrolling for potential squatters. Now, one night, it was only his second time patrolling alone, and things started getting weird. He went down to the old prison cells, a long, narrow hallway lined by cells on both sides. The hallway was always lit by light bulbs hanging down from the ceiling. He was walking past the fourth column of cells when suddenly the lights just went out. He turned his flashlight on and walked back towards the light switch. Just as he was about to turn them back on, the lights flickered on again. He decided to get out of there. He walked quickly past the cells, glancing at them to check. About halfway down, the lights went off again, and instantly he heard 2 cell doors just slam in the darkness. He ran with his flashlight on straight towards the other end of the hallway, reached the end, and ran up to his workstation. He then called his supervisor and asked him if there were any electrical issues that had been reported. He said no. He stayed inside his workstation, terrified of what was lurking below him in the abandoned jail cells. Moving on to number 9 now, we have the Body. This one comes from Reddit user Yaxax. He said that his very first job was running a cloakroom in a nightclub. a multi-story car park. One night, around 1 a.m., he found himself zoning out and just staring at the car park when he noticed a body fall from the top and then plunge into his vision. He jolted up and ran outside the balcony to look over, but there wasn't a body on the floor. He was very creeped out, so thought it must have just been his imagination. However, it kept happening. At least once a week, always around 1 a.m., he would see a body fall limply from the top of the car park and disappear without a trace. It happened so much that he could remember what the body looked like, what they were wearing, everything. Whenever he mentioned this to the other staff, though, they said they'd never heard anything about it or seen anything at all. He watched the CCTV, but the cameras couldn't see anything. He looked up information to see if anyone had died there, but found nothing. The unknown fallen body remains an unsolved mystery. Next up, number 8 now, we have the transporter. This one comes from a Reddit user who said he used to work as a transporter in a hospital. Now, during his time there, they were moving from their old, creepy hospital into a brand new facility. The old building was being gradually shut down bit by bit. The east wing had already been closed. One night, he was getting a patient from the west wing. He saw a small group of nurses who used to work in the east wing. They looked very shaken. When he checked on them, they said they had just been to the east wing to give it one last look over for old time's sake. When they were there, though, one of the phones started ringing. A nurse answered it. She said there was a woman's voice on the other end that sounded confused. She said, "How can I help you?" asked the nurse. "Where am I?" came the reply. "This is a hospital. Are you a patient here?" replied the nurse. "Oh, okay," came the reply again. The phone line then went dead. The nurse looked at the screen on the phone to see where the call had come from. It had come from the room right next to the nurse's station they were at. By this point, the rooms had all been cleared out, including the phones. They looked into the rooms. Nobody was there. They looked at each other in absolute...
Okay, so first attempt with the ramp. I need to probably go up a little bit. Okay. All right,
so far I'm going
up. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
I'm doing good.
Hit. We're going to chalk that up as a work in progress. Want to keep up with the latest Moto gaming videos? Be sure to subscribe and click that bell. Hello, YouTube. Moto Gaming here, bringing you guys another episode of Floating Sandbox. And yes, folks, we're back once again. And today we are back with some more chaos. So, I want to make a correction from the last episode.
Okay, let's
see. The Britannic is back out. I said this thing got hit by a torpedo, and I was mistaken. It actually got hit by mine. And one thing that I actually want to do, because a lot of people are like, well, Komodo, it actually happened like this, and you should totally try to do that. So, we're going to try to recreate that real quick. Now, there's quite a few other things that I want to do here.
Oh my gosh, we flipped! We flipped! Guys, we flipped. We legitimately flipped a boat. We legitimatly flipped a boat, guys.
So, without further ado, okay, there you go, there's your hole.
We're drowning, we're definitely drowning.
I'm gonna go ahead and get the normal
Come
sync out
on.
of the way because everybody's like, Komodo, all your syncs are ridiculous.
Okay,
Why don't you try
we're
just
gonna
syncing
die.
something normal? And that's what we're doing here. So we're gonna let this thing go down, sink to the bottom of the ocean, which, oh boy, it's actually quite deep here. So it's gonna take a moment. But anyways, if you guys have any suggestions for Floating Sandbox, comment below. There should be another update to this relatively soon, I think. I saw one of the previews for it, and trust me, folks, it is pretty explosive. So, like I said, comment below with suggestions, and if you're enjoying this on the channel, maybe hit that thumbs up button. It helps out my channel, and let's watch this thing go down. Alright, so
let's go get out of this game.
A lot of people are like, well, Komodo, it actually it takes the water out of the ships, and it does not.
Wow.
You can reverse it, I think, by
Silver adopt me.
and you can actually take
Pretty
the water out.
fast. Pretty fast blocks roll.
I'm not really sure.
I should barely
Doing
know.
a pretty good job right now.
Tower of the Bell. Tower of Bell. Let's just pick Tower of Bell.
About where it got hit.
I don't play this game that much because, yeah.
But it's gonna eventually go down here.
Let's
You
go.
can already see the back end. Yeah, it's coming up a little
Let's
bit.
go.
Spreading, the bow of the ship is going down right now. It looks
Wow,
like
look at there's actually now there's a door right there.
Oh, it's starting
It's
to
called
speed
the
up now. Oh, it's getting aggressive.
The pro version.
Alright, so what kind of stress are we
I know this map.
So what I've seen from
I know this, and I just fall. Seriously, God, can you just please make this more easy? Why is this game like top 10 hardest?
It's always good to not make everything like this. We got a normal thing happening here. I'm actually so curious. We're gonna snap actually part of the level out here. There's the bathroom. Okay, I don't know if you took this angle down.
That means I just fall off.
It might be a direct smash. Oh, jeez. And you can see the real
Don't
ship
fall.
going up.
There's a risk to this part.
She's gonna make a pretty hefty impact here. Okay, we're probably gonna destroy this.
I'm so I'm so scared I'm just gonna fall. Nope. Cannot fall off My heart is beating so fast. No! I just got obliterated by the boat! No, I got you. Never mind. I got you. Yeah, no. Got you. Yeah. No!
That's actually kind of surprising.
Impressively, I just wanted to go to the grocery to No,
What's
I
it
don't.
take this thing to break itself off?
4 times speed of the timer. No, we're gonna end this. Really, if there's more easier level, I'll be so happy.
Yep. That is pretty cool. Alright, so we got
No!
it's time to go and
Come on. No. The time is running out. No. Panda Dios.
Alright, so I've got 3 objectives. We're gonna try to make
Why are people saying yay?
We have the convenient name Poseidon on the side of the ship there.
And more different map, and I hope it's way more easy. I hope this map is way more easy, please. Please just make this way more easy, please. Please.
My only problem is with the swirl is the whole fact that break the ship.
Why YouTube? Why YouTube? Oh my gosh! How did I just fall off? Hello, Ashman. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that
I didn't
is.
think that was going to happen that quick. This might be a quick episode, folks. Alright, so everybody's down in their cabins.
I'm just gonna go to the pro tower.
The one cabin, or the section of cabins, is actually filling here. But the question is going to
The pro.
This might be
The
one
pro.
that's actually sectioned out.
What the hell?
Why not go down? So besides being the god of the sea, the Poseidon also, when you place the word adventure with it, it means, I guess, flippy of the ship. Now, I think in the movie, it was
bacon hair is
on its side and
almost
tipped it
funny.
over. It didn't
Bacon
do
hair
like
is
a
actually
full,
the first one
sit
too,
back
but I
flip,
guess
half a
how
flip
could a
and
bacon
do what
hair
we
win
did
like
there.
that?
I don't know. I think there might be one sideways ship. Maybe it's in Sinking Simulator. I'm trying to think of how you
I don't
actually
wanna fall
produce or try to produce the same results.
You tried
as
your
the movie.
best, but you don't
It's
succeed.
filling up in the back, and then as soon as this little compartment back here fills up, it's going to start spilling over to the cabs, and the cabins in the front, and it's going to go down. But to me, that's like a normal...
No! Oh my, what just happened? I just fall off, and after that I just landed right there and I died. What the hell? This is now getting ordered. Oh, hello, Stayer. So easy, William Daniel. Nah. What the fuck? Two times speed, I don't wanna die. I don't wanna die and try this over again. Try this over again. You try your best, but you don't succeed. You tried your best, but you tried your best, but you don't succeed. And then we're going this one is cracked.
Has anyone ever been on a boat when it's been in big waves? I was on it once on fishing.
Oh, died. I'm just gonna leave the game and Pete it up. Pete it up, get it? Pete it up, yeah. One tough cookie here. One tough cookie.
We're going to ultraviolet mode. And we're gonna flame this bad boy. Alright, here we go.
This is Area 47. High school. Nah. Get Wars, Burger Eastland. Work at a pizza place. Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars and Brawl Stars? What? Minecraft game. Let's just play this safe cracking simulator. Well.
Wait, which part of the ship is that? It's one of the parts. Alright, now let's go.
Thumbs up the game and you'll like it. Follow. Finish.
Yeah, because you got the mixture of
And the coast.
and then as soon as something gets airborne, it gets.
So let's go play this game.
Hold the phone.
Okay, let's go play this cracking simulator. Quick cracking simulator. Quick cracking simulator. Quick cracking simulator. Quick cracking simulator. Queen Elizabeth. Queen
It's not one of
Elizabeth.
those kind of realistic looking ones. It's a really nice drawing though. Alright, so same result, which
Underpants, bear, and the bear. I know the ways of cracking simulator.
Same thing.
Okay.
See if we can catch.
Mad Blue Jack. Loading the assets in the game. Okay.
Look at the winds actually.
I actually got the latest codes, guys. I just actually got the latest new codes in Safe Cracking Simulator because I just got the new codes, guys. I just got the new codes in Safe Cracking Simulator.
Blow the other side up into the wind. Yeah, that's like instant destruction there. So let's try it one more time. Okay, so this is gonna be our base test. You see the wind is going to the right, so if we go.
Okay, guys, let's go. Let's go load up codes. Okay. I'm a croc. Okay, looks like we gotta fight to the death. Fight to the death. Get some swords. I'm still loading up the files. It takes a long time to load my files, guys, because yeah. So good night. Yeah, bro. Okay, guys, we're gonna type in the code. This first code is gonna be called free XP. Free XP. You get that much. That much. I don't want to get this sword. Look at this! Look at all these swords. This thing is the most expensive sword. The grass blade. Okay, let's go check out some new codes again. Let's go check it out. For XP, done. I'll give you that many points. Okay. Yeah, this game is kind of similar to Unboxing Simulator. Try it, okay guys. I guess there are pets in this game. Yeah, I guess there are pets. Because this is fucked up! Just sucked up! BTV, guys. Someone is saying, get out, I got it. One of the weakest. Okay, libiti macre. Alizi de ayuno e de masi de gorudo. Elle maruse da borega de baruge. Ele baruse de Okay guys, this next card is gonna be called Free Rocky. Rockle. Okay, let's go. Okay. Somebody's pet. I'm almost there. Yeah, and also you can join my Twitter and Discord, so you miss out anyways. The last code is gonna be called Safe Cracking, and this is the best code ever. Like, I hope they did not delete that, because that would really suck. Look at that! That is a lot of things. Yeah, that was the best code ever, guys. Safe cracking. Oh my gosh. A $300 sword. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going my best moves as I can, bro. $1 million. Oh, look at that dollar bill, guys. Dollar bill. How much is this? Oh. Look at the new sword.
Basically, from what I've heard, Roblox is removing
No. Oh, no. That, not that video. Let's go take this skin crate. Flamingo. Are you subscribed to Flamingo? Like me in the comments if you are subscribed to Flamingo Alingo.
Burger, what's it called? Burger Dice?
Yeah.
Burger Dice. I'm gonna have to change this up. Let me know what you guys think.
I know you release a song, I don't know what gestures to pick. I don't know you, Bakata. I want to unlock this next month because I really want it.
Old people, like, this is where people go to die. It's simple. It's basically my new funeral home. See, the issue I've run into is people are gonna come here to die, and then they're gonna think they're gonna be eaten because it looks like a restaurant. Because I stole it from Burger Dice. You were a really good friend, and you too, Alex. But now I'm dead. Dead forever? Alright, might as well teleport you to B-Die. Pen, dead forever. Welcome. This is what heaven looks like. Oh my god. Look, you're real. Yes, I am, and you're in heaven. Look at the sign. B-Die. That's you. You came here. I'm not Albert. I don't like, who's Albert? I don't know who you're talking to. I'm not Albert. I'm death. Let me just get you out of here real quick, Buster. Now you're really gonna die. Pen died. Now I die. Alright, Dennis. Oh man, it's a shame. The YouTuber Dennis. Sorry, let me, hey, this is heaven. How do you like it? Smells like burgers, huh? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, get out of here. No. How did I get here? You died. This is where we go when we die. Look at the sign. B-Die. See, right there, Buster. Oh, hey, stop. You're in the B-Die store because you're dying. Bro, how does he keep coming back? I'm sending him away. Ignore him. You know, I really feel like a successful game developer right now because Life in Paradise, like I mentioned, this is my game. Nobody can do anything to it. It's mine forever. And 48 people are playing. It's mine. Wait, I have Life in Paradise and I have Family Life. Look, 1,600 people are playing my game. Alright guys, I am here to tear down the adoption center and turn it into Dead Dog. These letters. Only thing we ever need in life is Dead Dog. Hey guys, welcome to the Dead Dog Center. Here you can find dogs, that aren't really alive at this point. Alright, are there any animals in your server? I would like to borrow you for just literally one moment, dude. Bacon Boy did not like what he saw. It's like, she's like eating water, but she's like, loses her appetite and just drops the watermelon. Just starts puking at the thought of just dead dogs. Seriously, it's about to turn nighttime, so she is out with a flashlight looking for her dog. Where could it have gone? Could it be the Dead Dog Center? Could it? The server broke, probably for really, really good reasons. Ever since I became a game developer, please check your internet connection. What about the Dead Dog Center? Huh? What about all of my hard work? No, there is no way. Oh, I got in the same server. It still lives. See, I wish I could just bacon. I mean, we could probably turn one of these things into bacon. We got some bright ideas. You should work here, actually. Oh, she has just fainted from the Dead Dog Center. Boo-boo. Is that your actual name, Boo-boo? If I ever own... Oh my god, she just shrinking around. See, there's some flaws with this place. This right here is not an actual animal. So this looks really unrealistic. You just get rid of her, just throw her off a cliff real quick. Alright, say goodbye to him too. What's that, a cat? That's close enough. Let's just turn you around, but let's put you upside down just to show that
I found a hat.
Alive animals. No need to fear, it will not attack you. Oh my god, what happened to your face? Stop! Hey,
I sold it.
You wanna come to the Dead Dog Center?
I just want a photo of freaking Dominus.
Ladies, step right up.
No, this guy's gonna take all my birds.
What would make her leave? What did I do? I invited her over to my business. No, you kind of look like a dog. Yeah, get out of here. I really don't feel appreciated by anybody right now. Okay, finally. Hey! Hi, come to my store. I opened the store today. What the? Do not leave and do not say a word. Buy them from me, please. I'm going out of business. Please. Okay, follow me. Get over here. Alright, I'm just gonna try to get her off the cliff. Just gotta remove this barrier. Okay, now we are free. You must pay with your soul. Jump now. Okay. Congratulations! You get every single dog that I have! I wonder the negative effect that, not even watching my videos, because you guys know that, hey, it's just Albert doing a thing. She doesn't know who I am. She just sees this random person with this random store. Dead Dog Center. Then she gets asked to jump off a cliff for payment. I feel like I need to leave. The damage has been done to my own game. But I just realized now people who just come in and out of that server are just gonna see, oh, Dead Dog Center. Okay, I'm gonna avoid this game. My game, too. This is my game. I'm ruining my own business. Are you kidding me? You know what I just actually realized? Me changing Innocent Adoption Center in Life in Paradise to Dead Dog Center? That's just like how these like botted games, like tired of game passes? That's like, I'm not making a big difference. Just like how these people, you know, they just plastering something for everyone to see. I'm doing the same thing. This is the Dead Dog Center of Roblox popular pages. Please, take it all across for free. Oh, the man does not lie. I see no game passes. You know, I am tired of game passes. Why can't everything... That was a free Roblox website. I can't show it because I don't want to give them advertising.
Oh my gosh.
Don't do it. Why is it rap battles? Is this the rap battles I have admin at? This game's clearly botted. But do I have, if I have admin at a botted game, that's like a Dead Dog Center on top of a Dead Dog Center. You know what I mean? Like, it's right on the popular page, not supposed to be there, then I'm gonna mess that one up even more. Oh, this game is messed up for not letting me use admin. Yeah, there's oh, if you want bots, I was wondering, where is everybody? Because the server looks pretty cool to me. The guy, Dead Dog Center. This is the only social entertainment this game provides. I can move this around. Man, do I feel good. What? Whoa, wow. Whatever you do,
that was a lot of money.
But do not touch the monkey smasher. Do not touch that machine. Muscle simulator. Probably bought it. Made a couple days ago. Has the most popular game Roblox has offered. Probably bought it. I'm tired of game passes. I'm tired of Dead Dog. Roblox is so easy to make money off of. All these people do is just put botted accounts. Look at all these guys. They just put botted accounts on the stolen game. It's 36,000 Robux. Sign me up, brother. I need to really get on my business stuff right now because, like, I really need to go into family life and start selling people things. I gotta start making money. I gotta pay my rent. I gotta pay my bills. I gotta be a big boy. Wait, I don't got subscribe to Decabox. Alright, Decabox. I'm about to ruin your YouTube career. So you're going under here, subscribe to not Decabox. Subscribe to YouTube on YouTube. And I'll just stand here for 12 hours a day, and you'll be like, oh, I subscribe to her. I will become big. I will become the biggest Roblox YouTuber. It's funny. Concepticide. Dennis, I'm gonna be the biggest. Let me just move this arrow down a little bit so it really doesn't point. Hey guys, look, I told more than guys, please subscribe to me. YouTube on YouTube. You guys looking? She's looking at the arrow. She's looking at who he's pointing to. I deserve a sub. I'm out of here. Next server, 25 people. Flies away in such a crowd. Little brother died. Oh, then, okay, he's flying away to heaven. Little brother in heaven said, I hope my sister makes her proud. I'm not laughing at that. I was laughing at something else. I need to make heaven again. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at something else. My brother said in heaven I died from a killer. What? Which one of you is dead? Because she doesn't have a head. Is she a ghost? Oh no, I think I see him. Yeah. Oh wait, is it him, King Supreme? Is that? My brother tries to keep his little sister safe. Wait, is he like King Supreme, like the clothing brand? Like the really, really expensive clothing brand? That guy? Oh! You see that? He just disappeared. I saw the little sparkles go away. Where could he have gone? Oh! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you something that's absolutely epic. I am going to show you the first ever videos that I did in my fucking life. I know that a lot of YouTubers actually made videos about this, and I know that my YouTube channel is only like half a year old, so I was like, you know, I'm going to show the first videos that I ever made in my entire life. So we're going to start off with something absolutely hilarious. Back in the day, I was about 9, 10 years old. There was a trend, and it was called free running. And I kind of made a lot of videos about this. I was 10 years old, so that's about 8 years ago, guys. Don't laugh. And if you do... Okay, I have to be honest. This video is actually pretty badass. The guy you see right in front of me is not me. I'm the one with the long hair. The one in the back. We both have long hair. But look at that guy. He's pretty good at it. And it was just climbing up that building like a boss. And I was trying to catch him. It was like a kind of movie scene, but we kind of filmed that one. Noob. Alright, look at this.
Oh, my shirt was a bit too big. Oh, I remember this one so good. This is in my neighborhood. I used to play here when I was younger. And then, like, when I started to get into this free running thing, I was a bit crazy. So would you look at this? Would you look at that? Oh, my God. I wouldn't do that right now. I would seriously break some fucking legs. That is like 2 or 3 meters right there. Alright, so these free run videos aren't really hilarious or something. They're just kind of awesome. I was so, like, energetic. I'm still fucking energetic. What am I saying? But, yeah, that's me on a garage or something, and then I jumped off. Oh, this one's pretty badass. Watch this, watch this. Oh! Alright, guys. This one's absolutely hilarious, okay? This is a movie that I made. I was about 10 years old. I think this was in 2007. So that is 3, 5, I was 10. So this movie is called The Golden Gun, and technically there was a golden gun, and if you had the golden gun, you were everything, technically. And I think everyone had this period when they were younger. Maybe if you're still young, you probably made movies where you're like a superhero, and that's technically what it is here. But in this movie, I die. But this is Stefan, the other owner of GTA 5 videos. He's the one with the glasses, and that's me right there. And I don't have long hair in this shot, so that means that I fucking don't know. I had long hair for about a year, but I'm talking Dutch right now, so you will not understand it. This is another guy with long hair. That's not me. Those effects, though. I have so much swag. Alright, guys, watch this. This is funny, okay? Look at that. Oh, that's me! I'm so sexy. Look, I'm getting the gun. Oh, my voice is so fucking annoying. Look at that gun, though. We bought that for like a year, and then we like sprayed it black. Oh! Don't sound effects, no! This cameraman is so annoying. Stefan, you did that. My acting skills were top notch. Oh! That scared me, man. Wow, sound effects. Wow, more effects. Oh, look at that fake blood. We bought like fake blood. I'm serious about that one. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember this scene. No, this is getting so sad, guys. Oh, why am I showing you this? Alright, watch this, guys. He's asking me to give him the gun, and then I don't give it. I don't even say yes or no. Fucking kill! This is me dying right here. You can still see a bike in the background. That's like behind the scenes. You're not supposed to see that. This is so sad. I'm in heaven. Life's over. Fucking hell, man! Those fake gunshots! I don't like it. Ah, pretty cool though. So this was all edited by me, and then I think I wrote the script together with those guys. But this is pretty cool, right? Alright, so he closed the door, and watch what happens next, okay? Oh yeah, what is he gonna do? He is gonna climb over the fence, and he's not gonna hear that. Stefan is not gonna hear that, definitely not. And then he kills him. Great ending. Great ending. Gotta say, it's a better love story than Twilight, though. Right, guys, so there is one more thing that I made in the early video days of my life. I don't know if that's a proper sentence or not, but I recorded GTA, just like I do now. I was actually stunting in GTA San Andreas. As you can see, I'm on top of the maze bank in GTA San Andreas right now with CJ. Oh, yeah. Oh, I cheated a bit. And this is recording in 2007 as well. So that means I was about 10 years old right here. And it's about 8 years ago. Oh, watch this, guys. Oh, watch that stunt. Oh, nailed that. I'm actually flying. I'm like a boss right now. Right, gliding. That's what they call it these days. Oh, I remember this song so good. I love it. Oh, this song, guys. It's giving me the feels. Bring me back to 7th grade. My childhood. Oh, look at that stunt, though. In the water. I was so bad. Oh, I remember this one. I just saw it like a couple of days ago. Oh, that was me. Even my voice. Oh. Now, the sad part about all those videos is that I never really edited it and put it on YouTube. But, whatever, guys. Those were the first kind of videos I made. I can't actually make a second part of this. If you guys want to see a second part, let me know, because I have hundreds and hundreds of funny things to show you when I was about 10, 11, 13, almost 12. At 12 years old, all of that. If you guys want to see some more, make sure to let me know in the comment section. If you guys can go watch this video. That's all. Have a nice day. Peace out.
Joke biscuits. Joking. Is this slime? Yo! Who's left the food? Watch till the end because the loser will have to do a mystery punishment.
Did you hear that, guys? We've got no time to waste. Let's kick this off with the Egg Smash prank.
In case you don't know, guys, my nickname is the Prank King, and there is no way I'm losing a prank battle to Paul. Wait, where's Paul?
I'm here.
What was that?
That, Morgan, was prank number 1. So, Team Mum, we're in the lead.
Mum, you may have caught me off guard this time, but I'm going to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Good luck, Morgan. The prank battle has begun.
Guys, the prank battle is not off to a good start. We've only been going for a few minutes, and I've already got egg all over my face. I'm going to quickly get showered off and get this egg off me, and then it's time for revenge.
Morgan, if you think you can have a shower during prank wars without getting pranked, then you've got another thing coming.
Shampoo regenerated. Seriously, what's going on Martin, what are you filming me for? Wait a second.
Hi, Morgan. Enjoying your shower?
So let me guess, Lord, you just did the shampoo prank.
Yes, Morgan. And that means I'm still in the prank wars. Just one more thing, Morgan. Would you like to promise them with that?
Get out!
I'm out of here.
Guys, now that I've finally got that awful shampoo off of my face, it is time to begin the pranks. I'm gonna go and get some clothes on, and then it's time for my revenge.
Guys, Morgan didn't expect me to smash him with an egg, and he didn't expect me to ruin his shower, and he won't expect me to be hiding in his wardrobe. It's time for prank number 3, the wardrobe scare prank.
Mom, is that you?
Yes, Morgan! Prank number 3 successfully executed. And by my count, Morgan, that looks
thinks she's already won the challenge. However, she's wrong. Right here, I have 3 joke biscuits. And if there's one thing Mum can't resist, it's biscuits. So I think this is the perfect prank to start with. Genius. Martin, let's see what Morgan's punishment's going to be. Ooh, biscuits. And I think they're cupcakes. Hey guys, are you enjoying your Jaffa cakes? I guess that means it's now 3-1. You better watch your back, Mum, because the pranking is delicious. Just want a Jaffa cake. Okay, Team Lords, we just pulled our first successful prank, meaning the score is now 3-1. However, guys, time is running out, so we have no time to waste. It's time to move on to the next prank. As you can see right here, I have loads of posters to my brand new summer event called Lord's Fest. And for my next prank, I'm going to be completely covering my mum's living room in these posters. She is going to freak out. And guys, as you can see, the living room wall is now completely covered in Lord's Fest posters. Make sure you guys go to lordsfest.com to get your tickets for the event. But now it's time for the prank to begin.
Martin, the score is now 3-1. I need to keep my eyes open and make sure that Morgan does not prank me again. What on earth is happening here? What's all this? What's all these monsters doing here? I'm supposed to watch TV with all the monsters covering me. I think it looks quite nice. That's crazy. I need to watch TV after these posters. What do I do?
Well, Mum, looks like it is now 3-2. The comeback is on. At least you won't forget where to get your Lord's Fest tickets from. lordsfest.com.
Morgan, you may have got me this time, but you are not going to get me again.
Okay, guys, as you know, the score is currently 3-2 to Mum, which means all I have to do is pull one more prank and the score will be level. And what better prank to do than Mum's favourite, the slide prank.
Guys, if Morgan pranks me one more time, then the scores are even, and I cannot let that happen. So I've armed myself with a deadly weapon, and I'm going to use this to protect myself from Morgan and to stop him pranking me any more times.
Morgan, I think you spoke too soon.
Morgan, what is this on my head?
Why don't you have a guess?
Is this slime?
And Mum, looks like your 3-0 lead didn't last very long because it is now 3-3.
Morgan, my early lead may have gone, but there's plenty of time for me to get you back. This isn't over, Morgan. This is not over!
Guys, Mum is currently upstairs cleaning up all the slime. And earlier in the day when I was upstairs cleaning up the eggs, she came and pranked me again. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do to her. It's time for the Nerf Gun prank. Hello, Mum? Are you in there?
Logan! Leave me alone! I'm just trying to get the slime off my hair!
Mum, you didn't know that on me when I was cleaning up the eggs, so it's time for you to feel the wrath of my Nerf gun.
We'll see about that.
Mum, here I come. What the hell is this?
Morgan, that is a successful prank. Morgan, like a mouse into a trap. Did you really think I would be prepared? It's prank wars. And by my count, the score is now 4-3, which means I am back in the lead.
Guys, that prank definitely didn't go to plan. It's clear now that Mum is not messing around. My last prank may not have gone to plan, but my next prank cannot fail. As you can see, I've stolen Mum's laptop and I've messed with her channel to say she has 0 subscribers. And seeing as Mum doesn't even know what Inspect Element is, she is gonna freak out.
Jill, what's the matter?
My channel's gone. I've got no subscribers. What's going on?
There's nothing to say. Jill, are you sure it's not your eyes?
That was so stupid, Martin. Of course it's not my eyes. Just check. It's not my eyes, Martin. It says right there. 0 subscribers. Oh my God, what? It's just gone. Oh, that's not been through. Oh, what's that meaning? Oh, nothing.
Jill, well, I mean, he's going to be happy.
This is not funny. You know what? I've lost my channel. What's the point of even having a laptop?
Whoa, Mum, stop! It's a prank!
What? So I've still got my channel?
Yeah?
Yes!
However, the score is now 4-4.
Right, guys, the score is level. It's getting late and we're running out of time. I need to step this up a level. As you can see, I'm outside Morse's house and I'm dressed in all black. That can only mean one thing. It's time for the burglary prank. Let's do this.
Whoa, Jill. What are you going to do with that knife? You're not going to attack him, are you?
No, I'm going to attack you.
No!
Martin, it's fake. It's time to get back in the lead.
Oh no!
What the hell is going on in this bedroom, young man? I've seen some things in my time, but I've never seen this before. I know you're single now, but I do not allow strangers in this house. Who is she?
Yo! Stay back!
What's going on?
Mum! You just been pranked!
I should have known better. There is no way a girl would be in this bedroom.
Well, Mum, that's another successful prank by Mugs, and that means the score is now 5-4. Mugs is winning, Mugs is winning, Mugs is winning, Mugs is the winner, Mugs is the winner.
Guys, Morgan is so busy celebrating, he didn't even see me take his iPhone. And I know exactly what to do with this for my next prank. As you can see right here, I have a glass screen protector that fits Morgan's phone. If I crack this screen protector and put it onto his iPhone, he's going to think his phone has been destroyed. And if there's one thing that Morgan can't live without, it's his iPhone.
Crossing the line, but now I am not holding back. Okay, Team Morgs, there is only 1 hour left until the 24 hours is up, which means that time is running out, and I need to think of one more prank to end this video with a bang, and I think I got it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the fake death prank. Mom, look at me! I'm dead!
I'm not stupid! We're not the best bloke in the world! I've got a few more ideas, Morgan, so you better watch your back. Okay, guys, there is only 30 minutes until the 24 hours is up. This is my final chance to prank Morgan, and I have the perfect way to do it. This is Morgan's favourite sandwich, and I know it can't resist. But this isn't any ordinary sandwich. This sandwich is going to be covered in hot sauce. This is going to be the perfect way to win the challenge. Hey Morgan, we've been pranking each other for the last 24 hours. We've been so busy. I went and got us a Subway sandwich. Your favourite. Here you go, Morgan. This is the best way to win the 24-hour challenge.
Mom, do you really think I'm gonna fall for that? There is 15 minutes until the 24 hours is up, and I know you'll be trying to prank me. Well, Mom, if that's the case, then I'll take this sandwich. No, you sounded very hungry a few minutes ago. Why didn't you take a bite out of that sandwich? Unless there's something wrong with it. Hey, Morgan, a regular Subway sandwich. How you feeling, man?
Fine.
Are you sure? Are you really going a little bit mad?
Fine, Morgan.
Mom, what's going on? I thought the sandwich was just a normal Subway.
No, Morgan! It had hot sauce in it! Why is it always me that ends up eating the hot sauce? It looks like this is it, Morgan! It's time to find out! I'll pull the most pranks in 24 hours!
Okay, guys, going by my watch, the 24 hours is now full.
And it's time to find out who pulled the most pranks!
And who's gonna have to do the mystery punishment?
Morgan's been keeping track of the numbers on his phone, and now it's time to find out the final score!
Mom, I'll go first. Mom, in 24 hours, I managed to do 5 pranks.
Is that it, Morgan? I think I did more than that.
Well, Mom, let's find out. In 24 hours, Mom, you pulled 6 pranks. Whoa, hang on 1 second, Mom. I have a confession to make. Mom, when I told you you pulled 6 pranks and I pulled 5, I was pranking you. The actual score was 5-5.
But Morgan, it doesn't matter. The 24 hours is up. Remember? You even checked it yourself on your what? Ha! Mom still wins.
Well, Mum, maybe you should take a look at this country yourself.
That you're not wearing a watch?
Exactly! The challenge actually ends in 10 seconds, and I just won the winning prize on you! Yeah! Mum, it's time for the mystery punishment. Mum, for your mystery punishment, you are now banned from Morg's Best.
What? No! What about everybody who's coming to see me?
Mum, nobody is coming to see you. I think everybody's going to be happy that you're not going.
Make sure you get your Morg's Best tickets from morgsbest.com and subscribe to the channel if you're new.
And comment down below if you want me to go to Morg's Fest.
This is going to call!
Last one, too.
Drop that iPhone off the roof.
Wins $10,000! Today, the three of us are putting our iPhones on the line for a chance to win the $10,000.
We have to hold our phones over the edge of the roof until there is only one left.
So, it's going to be a battle of who's got the strongest arms.
Jill, that's obviously me.
I don't think so.
Comment down below who you think is gonna win this.
Don't think.
That's obviously me.
I don't think so.
Comment down below who you think is gonna win this challenge. People.
Oh, people.
And make sure you watch till the end of the video because I'm gonna be giving away a brand new iPhone to one of you. But now, let the games begin. Guys, my arm is really starting to ache. I know I'm only holding an iPhone, but I haven't been to the gym in years. I don't know how much longer I can go on, guys. My arm feels like it's gonna fall off.
Hang on a minute, Morgan. You do realise it's only been 34 minutes, don't you?
Yeah, Morgan, the challenge has only just started, and you already look like you're gonna give up.
Well, anyway, Joe, at least we know whose phone's going off the roof first.
Well, it serves him right for not going in the gym and training those puny little arms.
Well, guys, my arms may be puny, but I've got something that you haven't got. Determination. And when there's $10,000 on the line, you better believe I am never giving up. Just like John Cena.
John Cena?
Jill,
Martin.
is your arm aching?
No, it's yours.
No.
Fine. It's hurting.
Mine too.
I think Morgan may have been right earlier. This challenge really isn't as easy as what it sounds.
I think you're right, Jill. My big muscles aren't even helping. They're just weighing me down. Guys, looking at how those two are getting on, I'm starting to feel pretty confident. As long as nothing gets in my way, I think I'll actually be able to win this challenge.
Martin, did you hear what Morgan just said?
I did, and he sounds really, really confident.
We've got to do something about this. We can't let Morgan win another challenge.
You're right, Jill. I think we've got to try and eliminate him. But Jill, the question is, how are we going to do it?
Martin, I have an idea.
What has happened? I just got a call. My phone started vibrating, but it slipped out of my hand.
Oops. Sorry, Morgan. I didn't mean to startle you.
Mom? How could you do this to me? How could you destroy my $1,000 iPhone? I don't believe it, guys. Every challenge, Mum finds a way to cheat, and Mum has found a way to cheat again.
Morgan? I wasn't cheating. I wasn't even trying to destroy your iPhone. I was just ringing to see if you're okay.
Yeah, Morgan, do you really think your mum would do something like that?
I'm gonna kill her! I'm gonna kill her! I'm gonna kill her! Well, guys, as you can see, my iPhone did not survive the 50-foot drop from the roof. The screen is completely destroyed and the phone is not turning on. And to make things even worse, I am now eliminated from the challenge.
Well, I guess now that loser is out of the way, Martin, it's a 1v1.
I guess you're right, Jill, but I'm warning you. If you think you're going to do to me what you've just done to Morgan, you are wrong. I mean, stupid.
We'll see about that.
Well, guys, it looks like Mum and Martin are right. It is now a 1v1 to see who can hold the phone for the longest. However, after what they just did, if they think they've seen the last of me, they're wrong. Because now they're not just going to have their achy arms to worry about, they're going to have me to worry about as well. And trust me when I say I have lots of ways to make this challenge even harder. Guys, it's time for the megaphone scare prank. Let's see if the iPhone survived this.
Jill, how's your arm?
It's fine, Martin.
You look fine to me, Jill. Are you ready to quit?
Quit? I'll never quit. Just leave me alone, Martin. I'm in a zone. I'm trying to focus.
Okay, then.
Oh. Me too. Well, guys, I just came to tell you that. Because I'm a star right now.
Morgan, what on earth are you doing with that megaphone? You do realise that we're holding our phones over the roof? That is so dangerous.
Guys, I only came to tell you the good news that the Morg's Fest tickets are on sale right now.
Oh, don't worry, that's